From Leon and Kamaru's first showdown in Florida to the upcoming UFC 286 event at the O2 Arena, fight predictions have been haywire each time, and the outcome is no less certain this time around. But everyone agrees that it's going to be an exciting clash for sure. Kamaru vs. Edwards Part 3 doesn't need any hype. It's had two main events leading up to it as a warm-up. Now it's time to settle the score for the future of the welterweight division. Yes, the title fight's on the line for this one, so it's natural that a lot of people, both from the division and outside it, are invested in this match, including rising stars like Shavkat Rakhmonov, who's pitching Kamaru as a favorite for the fight, but also acknowledges that the momentum is on Leon's side. The pair's second fight was a surprise knockout that took Kamaru off his chart-topping pound-for-pound position.
And look at this, he sets it up by showing him the left. Oh! And a perfect left high kick.
That is amazing.
I didn't even see it. John, oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
And as a current member of his former gym, Kill Cliff FC, Shavkat knows a bit or two about his fellow fighters' winning methods. The number 10 welterweight in the world thinks Kamaru will need to use all his skills and training against Leon, but in particular, his takedowns.
Big left hook, big right hook, beautiful work.
Edwards getting
his shots, shoots for the takedown again.
Edwards changes levels.
Nice. Beautiful work. Edwards looking to end that win streak of Vicente Luque.
After that, the burden will be on Rocky and how well he defends his position. That will put him on a dangerous back foot and could close out the third chapter of their rivalry in favor of Kamaru. That would be like using a leaf out of Leon's playbook, because in their UFC 278 headliner event, Rocky was the one tackling the Nigerian Nightmare and bringing him to his knees. It had the effect he wanted at Salt Lake. At the O2 Arena, though, Shavkat thinks grappling could be the reverse Uno that Kamaru needs to reclaim the welterweight crown. Many people do think Leon's last fight was a lucky break, including Eric Anders. The fighter was of the opinion that their last match was fairly one-sided for at least 24 minutes. To Anders, it was the last minute that turned the tables on the soon-to-be former champ. It would certainly seem like it, with Leon landing some lucky shots late in the game. I do think, though, that martial art is about timing and endurance. Both fighters showed a lot of it, but the fact that Leon remained fresh after receiving the beating Eric describes is impressive in itself. Coming out strong even in the 25th minute is a great sign he's got a gas tank to go the entire distance. Still, you can imagine what ya boy feels about their upcoming bout. He doesn't think Rocky will get lucky this time, with his clear favorite being Kamaru. It's not that unique a take either. Jan Blachowicz is siding with Usman's camp as well. Like Eric, he's also basing his prediction on their last match. He was a bit more gracious about it, paying respects to Edwards for being an enduring challenger and going the distance with him. Dropping the welterweight champ of the world is serious business, so kudos to Leon. But the fact is, his opponent remained the number 1 ranked fighter in the division even after his loss last time around. In the same way, Jan thinks Leon's slick knockout the previous time around will all be for nothing in their upcoming bout. The Nigerian Nightmare, even at 35 years of age, is a force of nature. He's also a smart fighter with great fight IQ as well as comparable strength to his opponent. There's no reason for him to lose this match. He has the benefit of hindsight and hype on his side. What's more, Justin Gaethje is in his corner literally. It seems like someone's getting down and dirty with their grappling and ground game. So it's going to be an invaluable fight camp, with the highlight, who's known for his all-round abilities, but in particular, his NCAA wrestling background. Justin also has an impressive pro record with some of the GOATs on his kill list.
New interim UFC lightweight champion, Justin the Highlight Gaethje.
I know he wasn't always able to win it out, but the experience he brings to the table is immense. Now, with the welterweight title on the line, Kamaru just had to cue him in and prepare himself against all the possibilities. Any surprise head kick certainly not welcome this time around, and if it does land, I think the 20-2 UFC pro from Nigeria will make sure it serves as his opening to take down Rocky. Whatever he does, it's safe to say that Justin will be rooting for his training partner, Kamaru, in this match between between the best of their division. Brian Battle, for one, has already nominated Kamaru to this position, confirming him as his bet for the winner and all-around champ of the division. Brian pulled no stops in praising the 35-year-old former champ. One of the reasons for his confidence was the performance Kamaru had put up in his earlier fights against Leon. In his last fight, Battle picked Usman as the clear winner, right up until he wasn't. It's going to be harder to catch him unawares this time, because, in all honesty, the Nigerian Nightmare knows what's coming this time. He'll likely keep a close guard and push for an intense ground game. It'll also help him prevent or greatly reduce any chances of an upset in the striking department. I don't think a head kick like that is ever going to let him take it easy during his match against Leon. It's probably still fresh in his mind, and that's a good thing, because for Brian, it means Kamaru can pick up where he left off, and this time finish Rocky once and for all. After all this pro-Usman talk, things do look a bit glum for the current welterweight champ. It's 11 against 2 among the pros in favor of the challenger. Don't lose hope just yet, though. Jack Della Maddalena is here to pitch for Team Edwards. The Aussie wanted to set the record straight and say he thinks Rocky is the better fighter, period. Betting odds and predictions by the pros say the exact opposite, with many saying Usman is the best fighter, who hit a rough patch late in the game. Against the odds, putting Kamaru ahead of the curve as a minus 245 favorite to Leon's underdog status going into their trilogy fight. Jack's endorsement of Leon is a brave choice, and certainly a losing argument if we look at industry statistics and betting odds. Still, there's rarely a better way to sell a pay-per-view event than asking pros to rank their favorites. It tells you as much about the card itself as it does about those betting on the fighters. At the same time, Jack rooting for Rocky does say one thing loud and clear: anything's possible in the UFC. If betting odds were always right, you wouldn't see much of them happening. Anyone could pull up charts and past records and stake both their credibility and earnings on the betting favorite. It's what a lot of people did the last time around, and what happened was a watershed moment. Leon won, and incredibly convincingly, knocking out his opponent in the last minute of the final round. Well, it doesn't get any more exciting than that. I'm sure no one, least of all Kamaru, saw it coming. That's just what happens when you're losing steam and certain you'll win. I think that's also the beauty of this sport. Things happen that you don't expect, and the best you can do is keep up with the changes. After being dropped in the last fight, Usman did just that. With a new training camp and head coach Trevor Whitman to guide him through, the results of his improved striking will be tested once and for all on March 18th against the current champion. The striking is a big reason for the massive amount of support Kamaru's getting from pros and fans alike. Still, there are factors so far outside anyone's control that no one can see it coming. Even small things like a home ground advantage for Brit Leon Edwards may add up to play a big role in deciding the outcome of the fight. And that's all for the pros' predictions for the Leon versus Kamaru matchup.